is also a backshot option still available for Geltek. Kyoei has previously used it, but again, there's a gourd already, and
Yeah.
I think they will have eventually more answers to that since we don't have the gold lane for Galaxy Phoenix just yet.
Yeah, there's a combo in the Kimmy and the Fredrin, but then with the Alice and Gord, it might be tough. Not impossible, and it wouldn't be a bad pick. It's just more of like, if you go jungle utility here for Geltek, you are choosing to have a more difficult time.
What else can they... I mean, if it's... the Olus is also still there, if it's comfort that they want to go for. Suyo is gonna be the jungle for GXP.
So it's Alice EXP for the Esmeralda. Alright, they just choose to sustain the lane and just hold down the fort there. They have the damage profile to deal with this already. So you can just double down on... I don't think they need to go pick off, but if they go for... Oh wait, no, Kaja and Kalea were all both taken out. You don't need to go Cho.
No Marcel.
Yeah, no Marcel available. Coelho. Hilda's not gonna have a great time unless you just want to match the center speed.
The Matilda's there.
So you double down and just pick up like Matilda Barrett's.
Matilda Barrett's.
Or any combination similar to that if you're not gonna be going for the assassin. But they want to go assassin, just match it.
Whoa!
Oh, they still go for the pickoff. They find the Franco instead. Ooh, with the Alice, with a Gord, with a Khalid, having a roamer that's very static once the ultimate is off with a bloody hunt. Theoretically, you could see the damage-centered mindset for Geltek. But with the Alice and Gord and the Khalid already there, I think Galaxy Phoenix cannot go wrong with their last pick.
And the burst damage you have to anticipate.
Yeah.
So you really have to build defensive early on, but you also have to build like maybe a Winter Crown or so, just so you could ensure that your bloody hunt eventually gets through. So it's going to be a tough position for the Franco right here in this game, and no matter how you look at it. And the carry is actually still... Oh no, it's on the...
It's on the other side.
Claude is
yeah,
going to
of
be
course,
next.
you mentioned it.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm much happier with the Galaxy Phoenix draft now. The Alice into 3 actually salvaged it for themselves. Geltek picking up the Franco out of nowhere. I think we're going to go 1-1 after this.
Head back into Flying Cloud. It's Galaxy Phoenix versus Geltek Cyber Team. Now, going back in time, Geltek did in fact win map number 1, which puts them up 1-0. Now, 1 map away from being up 2-0, and therefore potentially being $50,000 richer. This matchup means a lot. Pride is on the line. Do you want to go home without the podium finish? You've got to make that decision as a competitor. We head into map number 2 between Galaxy Phoenix and Geltek Cyber Team. Miracle, Gideon, take it away.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. Did Geltek Cyber Team just say we're better? Is that what the idea was with the draft? Because I thought with the Kimi and the carry, they would build up for more of these tanks up front. But then they pick up a Hayabusa and a Franco to round up the drafts.
That's the thing. That's the Osprey, man. They're making sure they're giving you a 1-2 punch, but you don't see where the diversion is coming from. Now, as the early game continues to progress here, Lima is going to start off figuring out exactly where Kyoei is going to start on this map. Looks like both sides will end up towards the EXP sides of the map as well. But, hey, you know, early aggressive plays, and most importantly, Lima just being an absolute nuisance has costed first blood in the mid lane.
Maybe that's the vision. They know Lemma on a Khalid will probably be rotating and, you know, utilize the early advantage. Ling just takes a free turret shot and a few more hits. This is going to be very punishing.
They're still trying to get on top of Sanj, and again, Lima making attempts like this. This is an early game that's not great, but they still get Sanj back. Now, trading for trades is still good, but Sophia did lose that flicker early on. The early game plays that we were expecting, not exactly as traditional as we thought.
Nope, but it all just worked out for Geltek Cyber Team, especially with a Bargain Hunter on the hands of Sanjika.
Oh man, that could be the... Oh man, these emblems, if only we knew slightly earlier, but even so, it's still pretty good. At this point, GXP, yes, mistakes have happened, but it's not the end of the world. It's not as vicious as it could be. I'm just more worried whether or not Sophia can actually hit level 4 on time.
Coelho hasn't missed a single hook, missed a projectile.
It's all good. And first blood, and now 2-2 even score, all within the first minute and a half here, not even at the 2-minute mark, as both sides want to look for further. I really thought that the EXPs were going to be like consistently moving around the map, but they're all proxying each other, and they're all looking for one thing, this very first turtle.
I think it's a bit of a misstep by Ling, though, to rotate so early and actually, you know, take some of those shots. Because I do believe Ling is going to be behind of Yubon. She's going to hit level 4 first, especially with XP Crab control over on Kyowe, who's already there. Pa's going to try to take that away. Both hit level 4, no problem. Now it's all about the mid lane, and it seems like Sonjika is the one who won't hit level 4 after that death.
It's a little bit of time, right? Yes, EXP over time, they still managed to get it through, waiting for the opportunity, but Sonj in a lot of trouble as Ling's able to peel all 3 of them from the turtle side. They don't have the angles to get in as Lima is covering the exits. That's going to be first turtle for GXP.
Oh, missed a projectile on the Gush as well.
That combo not going to exactly land efficiently, but Kyowe has an opportunity to maybe make something happen. Ooh, sees 2, decides to pull back. Good decision by Kyowe.
And once again, it's GXP early on. This time, though, with an assassin, with something that's more comfortable on the hands of Fa. Lemma is going in deep.
All right, now they go with the Yoki Shadow kill, straight away flickering away to try to create some distance so they don't get run down by Sonjike. At this point, I would have imagined that the lead would have been more towards GCT, but at least GXP pull it back with that one play. Whoa! Throne Ruin coming down hard onto Cuejo. Can they get out of there? Can they punish this even further? No. The Iron Hook, too much of a threat. They back away.
See, this is the GXP I was expecting from game number 1. None of that Akai stuff, right? I mean, obviously for Fi, it just seems like the whole team as well, they're able to capitalize on that aggression that we saw. Sophia's still very much as trigger happy as she was in game number 1, but it's just, there's something now that can come in to help her out, even with Lemma on the lead.
I think this time around, at the very least, it was GCT who made the initial mistake here, but I think that GXP recovers a lot better as now they get the full combination onto poor Cuejo, and they've zoned out Sonjike as well. They're not going to be able to set up for a dive, but still pretty worth it. 3-2 now is the kill score.
The problem was just the picks, man. The problem was the picks, because now with all the aggressive picks in their hands, with Winnie back on a comfort pick, fun fact, the group stages, all the way to before semifinals, to the quarterfinals, that means Winnie only played 2 heroes. It was Harith and Claude. So the fact that she tried her, luck with the carry, and the whole team tried their luck with a different kind of composition was kind of strange, and Iron Hook whiffs.
At point blank range, Traction Pulse also being utilized here as Fa, not 100% sure, will get right on top, hopefully making the call. Bunny Hunt onto Lima's side, it's good, but still able to power through with the help of Ling. They get away with the Throne of Ruin, but can they peel back as Tokyo now gets into the middle with the light wheels, gets one into Fa, Blazing Door comes out from Winnie, but doesn't have the Trinity to guarantee the kills. Lima tries the trade, ends up dying to Kyowe. An unfortunate 2-for-0 in favor of Geltek.
You cannot overchase, not against this composition, especially in a choke point with Sonjika on the gimme. The immobilization field could hit them all, and Liuban as well, catching Fa with the Falling Star Moon as she walked up, blinked forward with the Blade Surge. No more mobility resources to use, and GCT are back in an okay position. I wouldn't say back in the game just yet. They just have more chances now to come back, and it's Kyowe who's waiting for a possible steal.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be a 50-50, but they give it up entirely. They look for a wombo combo here, doesn't find it. Little disconjointed, Throne Ruin flickering forward just to make sure that Sonjike goes down, executed by Fa. And now Lubon gets into the back. At this point, Kyowe right on top of Winnie. It's perfect, but the flicker out into the teammates to protect them. Locking them down with a Bloody Hunt here. Unfortunately, still no trades. Winnie goes hard with the Blades to weapon. The Raging Sandstorm connects on to Lima. Takes on Lubon. And Fa chases, takes out Kyowe as well. With mid-tier 1 down, GXP has ripped this game wide open.
Fundamentally, GXP are solid, but where they shine most is when they can shine on their mechanics, just going for these chaotic brawls and duels across the map, thriving on mechanical skill, and they got exactly what they asked for. GCT, try to go and fight fire with fire. It seems like GXP's flames just burn a bit brighter this time.
Oh, but we can't count Geltek out, right? Because inevitably, the one game that they were able to take from them, from Na'Vi, was because of the way they played mechanically. GCT on the opposite side, I think they gotta get into those brawls, those big scrums. However, find those choke points. It's about positioning. It's about finding the quick way to push them in together, pinch them close.
Let's see this dive in the bottom lane, an attempt.
Happens every single time. The Blazing Duet comes out. Traction Pulse as well. Winnie having to flicker out of there. It's a guaranteed kill as Guejo just walking impending doom. But because of that death, they do not sacrifice bottom tier 1.
A sacrifice for the bottom tier 1. I mean, that position is just all too relatable for me, man. You know, gold laners in the bottom lane play safe. Kill away!
Getting chunked down to 10% of the HP. I mean, I don't know. You would have given up the tower, would you not?
No, I would.
You'd die for it.
I would die for it, bro. Turret more expensive than my life. At least in this position as well, because they have map pressure now because of the turret still alive. Doesn't allow GCT, especially on the Franco, to go and look for these positions in those bushes.
Well, it's dangerous, but they now know that they now know that Killway doesn't have her shadows for at least 6 more seconds. They're gonna try and rush this down to Killway. Get it up in time, and yes, they do. Killway gets the steal. Sophia now in trouble as New Ball is trying to push him out. Ling, unfortunately, at 1 HP, can't sustain through the power of Tokyo, cutting them down with the true damage. Thank God for Light Wheels.
GCT coming back straight up right after Galaxy Phoenix got a big team fight win, and it was through playing it a little bit slower on the skirmishes. They know if it's just all about speed, GXP would win. All out, all their resources. It requires these cycles to land perfectly with the Mystic Gush. And even, I mean, the throwing ruins. And, oh, Iron Hook from Guejo!
It hits, it's good. Bloody Hunt on top of it. They're going to run down Faz. There's no more cooldowns to get away from this. This is starting to turn into a boxing match. GXP want to get a little messy, want to get real close. GCT, they got to throw those jabs out before the haymakers come through.
Seems like there's no jabs being thrown at this point. It's all about pointing in the middle of the ring and slugging it out. Guejo just has that reach advantage.
Oh, and it looks to be good. Lima going to try their best, but again, with the fleeting time, that Bloody Hunt just comes off too soon. Wait, the quick set guard keeps it alive long enough for the counter engage by Ling. The throne room was good, but they want to get out to Guejo. Hit by the traction pulse once again. Sophia looking for combos, and it hits, but no follow-up damage. When he thinking about it, but with no ult, they can't do much. Fa in a 1v1 against Kyoe, gets hit by the Oki Shadow Kill. Can't get out. Damage as good as Sanjike is able to back it up. GCT, these prolonged fights is exactly what they want.
Oh my goodness, the Ice Queen really living up to that title. Cold, composure, all throughout. These retreats have been perfect. Every single time it's a 50-50. It's not. It's 100-0. Kyoe just wins it. Even on the purple buff, wasn't able to win it out, and it was just Kyoe with the purple buff steal, baiting out the Soul Sever, taking it away. Kue just looking for the Iron Hook, doesn't land it. The projectile lands, the traction pulse.
It's looking bad, and now with the Bloody Hunt into the Winter Crown to make sure that Lima can't go through. The Mystic Gush comes through, and Guejo must give up her life. Sophia finds it, but at this point, GCT, the mid lane is already getting attacked as they maintain the position. Ling fails the engage, projectile connects, and GXP, they've done what they can. To the Lord they go now.
And it's back to GXP now with an advantage. It really is a slugfest of a boxing match here in game number 2. GCT trying to play it a bit slower, but GXP just finding the ways to gap close. Kyoe held that bush. Good read by Lemma to walk up on it. Now it's all about the Lord. GXP have lost out the neutral objective battle to Kyoe, and now it's Lemma to zone.
Oh, here it comes. They go attack the backline. Lubon tries their best, however, doesn't get the clean hits as Tokyo takes out Ling. And on the opposite side, without the Oki Shadow kill, Tokyo able to take out Fa as well. No more combinations as they have broken the formation. Sanjike somehow survives, but the Bloody Hunt will guarantee as Tokyo flicks hers forward. Iron Hook, right direction. Unfortunately, just not long enough.
4 members down for the Lord. That was all good for GCT. It looked like Kyoe was zoned away, but it was just perfect because it bought enough time for GXP to utilize all their resources to secure that Lord. Then they saw the opening, they chased down, and GXP just did not know what hit him.
Yep, with the Holy Shielding down on top and mid-side, GXP make another attempt. Throw the ruin, flickering forward as well, taking it. The combo's good as all 3 members from Geltek get beamed down, and they might actually find a 4th one. Unfortunately, unable to get the stun. However, they're going to still chase it to the ends of the earth. Sanjike, no passive, doesn't have that max range. 4 for nothing.
Big Sky Piercer stacks as well for Fa on the Suyo. We've seen this plenty of times. The gold lead basically non-existent at 11 minutes of the game. It's only a 2,000 gold lead. They do have an advantage on the far lane, but GXP, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to just these chaotic skirmishes, they just find a way to force even the most technical of opponents to slug it out.
That's the thing. It's about these combination punches that they throw. They manage to sidestep this. Thankfully, don't get hit by the Iron Hook. GXP can't afford to get hit by these big spells as they want to get it. Oh, wow. All right. Committing with the Oki Shadow Kill, forcing a lot of the members to actually get on out of there. And now the counter engage, they might be looking for it. Lubon, he wants it bad. Falling Star move on to the back line. Sonya takes out Ling. Lubon buys just enough time as they back away. This pick is good, but now you can see, look at Fa, looking for a counter engage. No, decides to go into the mid lane as GXP is on the run.
It was supposed to be a boxing fight. GCT just threw a kick on GXP. Unexpected, another big blow to GXP's comeback run, perhaps. It looked a few times a bit too good with the Sky Piercer stacks falling into Fa and them getting back map control. But it's all about that overextension, right? When you're a chaotic team looking for brawls, you tend to also push that a bit too far sometimes.
Look, if the rules are starting to bend in this boxing match and bringing in their feet, they're going for those ankle kicks. And eventually, eventually, it's going to snap in half, man, if you're not trained for these types of attacks.
Those obliques, man.
It's tough. It's really, really painful to get hit by one of those. And not to mention, GXP, as the combination punch team, really needs to make sure that they hit some good targets. And arguably, I want to say they got to take out Koeho, but so many times we've seen the counter engage from GCT to be much better, even without the Bloody Hunt.
So now it's about building it back. GCT finally get some space to play their own game, that slow macro style. Playing behind that jab, up top is the jab. They have that forced error built up, slow push coming in. GXP are going to have to look for a gamble, a wild haymaker to turn things around, a wipe in the skirmish, or a Lord take where they don't lose anybody.
Yeah, look at these aggressive positions that they're holding him in no man's land, trying to make sure that they have that first setup. However, the backup is so far away that this could be an overextension, and I think that GCT might have just figured it out, but luckily, they got into lane, forced them out entirely, and now they have a power position over this Lord. Should be pretty free overall, right? I don't see any contention because of this forced mistake, and now GXP, they're not really going to force this. They've already used the conceal. No position to fight.
Gotta be careful, Emma. Kuejo just needs one Iron Hook. The GCT chooses to play it safe. BOD built up for Kiowe. Take a look at the items. Chastised Pauldron as well. The Winamature being built up by Tokyo. That'll take all of the threat of the Claude and the Suyo. The two heroes that can actually dive together with the Alice out of the skirmish already. Is that a holy crystal that Sanjik is building for?
Yeah, I think so. That's, I mean, that'll hurt. It's going to hurt for sure, but at the same time, I wouldn't blame the decision because based on what we've seen so far, Sanjik usually isn't that... Wait, hold on. Throne Ruin does connect, able to combo perfectly, but luckily the winner crown coming from Kueho is good enough. Thinking about the Bloody Hunt, they get it on towards Lima, and unfortunately Fa with too many stacks, able to make it happen. Lubon, Falling Star mood, they were targeting the front line, but now Sanjik flickers forward to try and ensure this. Lima will try their best as well to peel them up, but now in the back, Kiowe finds him with the Oki Shadow Kill, and it's just too much damage for Sophia to take.
Kiowe found the angle through all that chaos. GXP thought they had GCT because they saw them split up, but now it's GCT looking for the end. Possible match point. Immobilization lands.
It's good, it's good. However, they need that wave, and Ling is able to delay this wave for as long as they can. Traction faults again, getting thrown out. Lubion trying their best to try and pull some attention to their side. The Yoki Shadow Kill might just find one. Unfortunately, RNG isn't on their side. Lubion needs to take out Fa. Fa gets on out of there just in the nick of time as Ling gets on top of it too, and the peel should be it. This is when Lubion should fall, when you have a Raging Sandstorm, and especially with so much pain, and yet they don't give these kills over to Winnie.
How the heck did Galaxy pull that defense, not losing another base turret? It still stays just one base turret down. It was from the prior push. GCT, they have to push it a bit further. They have to be wary of these crazy awkward engages from Galaxy Phoenix. They're caught behind the ropes right now, on the ropes.
It's about that body motion, right? They gotta dodge. They don't mind getting nicked, and that's the truth of it. Getting nicked is okay, but as soon as that haymaker comes out, you can see GCT, they scatter.
They're swinging wild, that's for sure, man. Leaving themselves open, but that's what you gotta do. Throne of Ruin again, the haymaker landing.
It's not good enough this time with Winter Crown. Kueho can't seem to get out of there. Has to use the Bloody Hunt, and it's going Winnie. Goes down as Kiowe finds a double to that front line. A single Oki Shadow Kill was good enough.
Winnie got one shot. Oh my goodness, the red tree from Kyoe plus the shadow kill took everything out of the quad. And now it's just Fa and Sophia to try to delay this game.
Inhibitor open, Fa looking for an opportunity. One minion, they just need to clear it up, and with the red tree they will. Sophia out of position, and now the next wave has spawned. Not sure why Sophia decided to walk away like this, knowing that Fa can actually delay these waves. However, topside, there's just not enough manpower. 4 more seconds until Ling comes back up. 6 more on Lima and 6 more on Winnie, as I need to defend with everything they got. Throw the Ruin is out, but it's too late. That's the end of the game here.